Did you see this? Okay, so we're continuing the argument of why we have to reassess all these immigrants. And so I looked to see, I didn't talk about the trafficking of the immigrants in relationship to UK and these other nations, but I did talk. I that was my main concern for America's immigrants. So one out of every 4 immigrant is abused in trafficking, and then there's contraindications of a long-term genogram. And then there's also 1 out of every 10 people in America will be affected by the immigrant. So now we're talking about the immigrants of UK, okay? And so it's a different setup, and there's different nationalities that are being sent there. So now I looked it up, okay, and I was shocked to see, who has the most immigrants that are going to UK? Are Indian nationals. Okay, and that's not Indian from America. I know I'm being sarcastic, but it's Indian from India, okay? Okay, in India has gone up very fast. They're like 7th. I have to check it. This is just my first notes. They're like 7th in the GDP, and they've come up so fast in their business, so fast. And in 2024, they had the most billionaires that became billionaires, okay? Did you know that? In 2024. Plus, they were getting they were selling oil to Russia. And so they were getting a lot of money from Russia, and we allowed that when Russia was killing all those people, killing his own people and the European people. This is terrible. So we need to realize that we're bringing all these Indian nationals in, okay, when their country is the most innovative country today, almost, is coming up so fast. They have enough funds, they have enough places, they have enough business that they could develop to keep their own people there, okay? Alone in India, they have these tires, okay? Are you listening? They have these tires junkyard that has a lot of debris, very toxic, in the air coming off from these tires from the tire junkyard, okay? We need, little by little, they could build a company on the side and take these tires, and the homeless and the people that are the immigrants could be trained to help do recycling. But this is terrible. This is terrible because remember, I'm a political analyst for America, but also humanity, and I have been a political analyst before President Trump even got in, or any of my team today. But I don't know all the details about the European issues, but I know how to look at an argument and then say what's right and wrong from it, and say what's the highest justice. So here I'm saying, oh gosh, I did assess that the immigrants need to be taken care of by their own country. And what cliche is that? Oh, there it is, right there. The Indian nationals are coming from India, where they have so much money that they need to take care of their own people. And so, Bishop, I'm sorry to say, but you have so many problems in England already, okay? Your people need to be taken care of. There's the protesters and the people there that are Muslim. They're disrespectful of your country, and you need to revamp everything, and you need to change that law, because there's geopolitical, see, there it goes. Remember I told you that was one of the arguments? There's geopolitical powers now. It's not like the time in 1942 or the time when that law was written, that it only addressed, there's 2 geopolitical powers, Britain and America, but nowadays there's other geopolitical powers, and we should be ashamed. And I love Mondi. I tried to get him to stop the war, and he came that one time he did. But everyone needs changes, Everyone needs changes and look at the truth, what they're doing. So I'm not saying that he doesn't take care of his people, Mondi. Actually, he does. He's doing an excellent job. I'm not condemning anyone, okay? He's amazing. That's why I asked him to come to help me to stop the wars. And he did, okay? But we didn't have any success. And he did. I remember he came, but he did. We didn't have success. He is doing excellent, okay, Mondi. I'm not condemning at all, but I'm not condemning anything. We're just trying to solve these problems. I'm not judging anything. But this is wrong. Those people all need to go back. They all need to be sent back. All of them. All of them need to be sent back. They have money in India to help them, and we could build. I told you what to do right away. You got that tire, all those tires, that city of all those tire recycling. Now melt those tires down and use them to pave the roads, and have a company that's distance far from where these tires are, so they don't breathe in all the chemicals in the air, and get going. Let's get going on this. There's one of the jobs. This is very terrible. It needs to be done right away. Right away. This is a shame. And it's my responsibility to tell you, because I was called and anointed and chosen to be careful about humanity and the nations for the flock first. Okay? So there it is. So I didn't even see that. See? And I'm not trying to get any points. I didn't even know they came from India. So I was on the right track, correct, brothers? Come on. I'm just a specialist. You're the experts. I'm empowering you to help to solve the problem. And those immigrants, I didn't even take into consideration that they're children. They're children. Do you know? Let's look at the statistics for the children. I told you, because there's 176,000 children under 18 with valid temporary leave to remain in UK at the end of 2019. That's a lot of children. How many are being trafficked, sweethearts? And that's why I believed in not having the immigrants come across the borders without being legally in America, because I worked with women and men from the streets, and I worked with the Mexican culture for years, over 20 years. And for 20 years I worked in philanthropy, and I knew about immigrants because I lived in Los Angeles, the trafficking. And I heard stories, and on my knees praying with these Mexicans because they were taken advantage of, and holding hands and with them and praying on my knees to protect them and so they could heal. You don't know. I saw what happened to the immigrants, and the trafficking. Because I worked also, I told you, at a women in transition. And so it's a very, very serious thing. So, but now this is the truth here, right here. And then, they all need to go back. They all need to go back. And I told you the other arguments. So accounting for 70% of the overall immigration, followed by Pakistan and Chinese, the Chinese for sure. The Chinese, the Chinese, for sure they need to go back. And the problem is now, I feel bad because the Chinese are abused too. But are these people being abused when they come here to UK? Are these people being abused when they come to UK? That's what I want to know. Because obviously they are, that many immigrants. How does the children make money? How does the children make money? How do they live? They're all stacked up in those apartment complexes, and no one's watching them, okay? And they'll hurt the children. Do you understand? They'll hurt the children. And what they should do is they should make laws and regulations that they can move them back to their country and make businesses. Do you get it? Because alone, would you rather have all these children abused and trafficked and not taken care of? So I think that you should bring the money, you should get the money, use the money for, you should use the money to build businesses together in their country. And let's say you want to keep some of them there, let's make businesses and don't stack them all up in those apartment complexes, those hotels. But India, India, they should all go back. I hate to tell you, they should all go back, and there should be new laws. And India's really good at business, and they have vacant land. Because I know, because I did geopolitical, I'm still doing geopolitical property. And I tons of land, vacant land that the man sent me that someone could buy, one of the billionaires, and they could bring back all those people. I'll show you the land right away. It's to build a school, everything, anything you want, a city. I have the land, so they could go back. This is unfair. Because they don't have the right, even development to live there, and they don't have the right resources at this time, UK, and they don't have the manpower, and many reasons. I'm looking at every side, though. That's the thing. And now you have all these children. The children are the ones that should be protected. So what are we going to do about all these children, you know?